Hey railheads, welcome back to my Finger Lakes Railway layout. I run these two locos tail to tail, like my prototype. So let me show you how I set that up with my LokProgrammer and find out if a LokProgrammer is right for you. Coming up on my Finger Lakes Railway layout. Well, first of all, a couple things you need to know. The LokProgrammer only works on LokSound decoders, and the cost is $140 for the hardware. Now the software is free, which brings up another good point. You can use the free software in conjunction with a JMRI Decoder Pro, but that's beyond the scope of this video. But I'll put a link at the end and in the description for a good video on that topic. So let's see what we got here. Now one loco is programmed to address 9 and the other is 95, and that corresponds to the car numbers. I'll be using advanced consisting, which is controlled at the decoder level. First I need to physically turn number 9 around to face the other way, and then in the LokProgrammer I have to tell number 9's decoder to reverse direction. Then I'll set CV19 on each loco to the sum of 150, as you see here on my little cheat sheet. First, let's look at the hardware, and then we'll jump into programming the decoders. Now, here's my proto throttle. I'll be doing a separate video on that soon. And then my little homemade programming track is just a scrap piece of flex track pinned to a scrap piece of foam. And my Digitrax Zephyr command station. And to the right is the LNY, which allows me to connect a wireless throttle to the layout. And before I got my proto throttle, I used Y throttle on my iPad, and that seemed to work fine. And to the right of that is an on-off switch for my just plugged lighting system. And here's the star of this show, my ESU LokProgrammer. Now, like I said, this only works on LokSound decoders, which is what I went with, and I'm glad I did. Great combination. And then my proto throttle interface, which lets the throttle talk to the command station via Wi-Fi. And of course a laptop, so I can talk to all these devices. And now for the programming. So I've set number 9 on the programming track, opened up the LokProgrammer app on my laptop, and told it to modify the settings of an ESU decoder, and then read the decoder. I always make sure the loco address displays the one I think I'm working on. And it shows 9, so we're good. And now we go to manual CV input. Choose CV19 and set it to 128, which is kind of a random number in this case. Doesn't matter as long as x plus x equals 150. I decided I wanted the address of the consist to be 22, so that's why I chose 128. And then we write the new values to the decoder. I'll save this new file with a new name and something that tells me what it is. I use the date. And you can see I recorded this a little while ago. And this gives me a backup in case I totally blow something up. I always like to close out and then go back in and verify the data has been written. which it has. So far, so good. Next victim, old 95 on the programming track now. Well, the address is good. I'll set CV19 to 22. And I saved the project. And going back to double check now. Seems like we missed a step. Plus I named it wrong. It should have been 22, not 128. And this is why I double check. I finally managed to write the data and name it correctly. I put the two locos on the layout, tail to tail, and something ain't right. Oh, and I'd forgotten to set 09 for reverse, but we got her now. Well, is a LokProgrammer right for you? If you have LokSound decoders and you want to tweak them and even download and install some sound files, yeah, you can do a lot without one, but it sure makes life easier. So hey, thanks for watching. Hit the like button for me, I'd appreciate it. See you next time on my Finger Lakes Railway Layout.